Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Rosero Network. I am Dan. I'm joined by Dean. Hi, Dean.
Hello, everybody.
Dean, we are looking at 10 minutes and 14 seconds of Far Cry New Dawn gameplay. This is B-roll that Ubisoft sent us over, and the game is coming out 15th, is it? Like Hell Day?
Yeah.
It's coming out Hell Day. It's coming out with Crackdown, Metro, Jump Force, Dead or Alive 6. So Hell Day.
All of them. Every single game in the world.
Yeah, so this takes place 17 years after the events of Far Cry 5.
Spoilers.
So there are spoilers for the ending of Far Cry 5. But by now, you've probably played Far Cry 5. Or if you haven't, you're not too bothered about spoilers. But we're not going to talk about the ending of Far Cry 5. So don't worry. 17 years after Far Cry 5. Oh shit, how can you not talk about the ending of Far Cry 5 and talk about this? You know what? If you haven't played Far Cry 5 and you don't want to know the ending, mute now and come back in like 30 seconds. But basically, shit went down at the end of Far Cry 5. Nukes were dropped, and this is post-apocalyptic Far Cry. But
Hope New County?
Yeah, New County, same place.
Wow.
Obviously different. Looks like it's basically one of those where there's been nuclear winters and shit.
Kind of still looks pretty,
Yeah,
considering nukes went down.
But that's 17 years ago the nukes went down. So nature has overtaken society. So it's like there's a lot of purple. It's very purple. Like, look at that. You got the Aurora Borealis. This time of year in this kitchen, like I had to drop that in. But yeah, like I like the whole kind of graffiti art style. It's still Far Cry. It's very much Far Cry. There's obviously a lot of stuff they've added, which we'll go into in a bit. But I'm loving the kind of the graffiti, the kind of the freestyle art style.
I wouldn't mind living here. It's kind of nice.
Do you know what I mean? It's pink, it's blues, it's very vibrant.
There's dogs. Oh my god, you killed the dog.
Well,
not you, but whoever's playing.
It's Far Cry, right?
But it was the dog.
You can't just leave them. You have to put the good boy down. But yeah, it's very colourful. This is the first time Far Cry has done a direct kind of sequel, but it's not a sequel. It's called a standalone. One of the art director told us that if you haven't played Far Cry 5, doesn't matter. This is a standalone game. But I don't know another Far Cry that has taken the events from another Far Cry and brought them into this Far Cry.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not the most knowledgeable person.
Well, Far Cry 1 didn't, and then you had Instincts and Predator, which was basically Far Cry 1. Far Cry 2 didn't. It was in Africa, was it? That was the malaria one, right? Far Cry 3 was the Brats.
Was Far Cry Primal not a sequel to anything?
No, prequel.
Mega prequel.
But there's nothing in Far Cry, and this is a really cool weapon. Kind of slingshots, kind of saw blades, and it just bounces off shit. So cool. It's got a happy face on it, Dean, which means it's a happy kill. But yeah, like all the other Far Cries, like kills. 3, like Brody and the crew. Right. 4 was what do we call it? Pagan Min. 5 was Hope County. This is the first Far Cry that's in the same setting. But not just that, but also kind of directly follows on in some respects. But like I said, it's a standalone game. Dean, so what's new? What's new? Do you want to know? Look at this explosive crossbow.
Explosive
it's not
arrows?
crossbow, is it? It's more,
Going all Green Arrow on it. DC reference.
It was an awful, because they're not green.
They're
like
but Green Arrow has explosive arrows. I mean, I guess Hawkeye too. You know what? All the comic book heroes. Anyway,
so in this you have the outposts. They've tweaked a little bit. Now you can squeeze them, they call them, which means that you can either choose to take them down and take them over, or squeeze them and let them kind of repopulate with enemies of higher levels, and if you beat them, they're harder and you get better rewards. You've got light RPG mechanics, which are like crafting weapons, upgrading weapons. The great thing when we spoke to one of the devs in an interview, and he was talking about makeshift being the thing. This is 17 years after the post-apocalypse.
Yeah.
17 years after the collapse, they call it. And in those 17 years, factories aren't making weapons. Factories are shut down. There's no kind of manufacturing. So instead, what we have is makeshift, which is the whole idea with the weapons.
You can tell with that gun.
Yeah, like you're combining knives and stuff from the open world into one thing. We'll talk about this. This came up on us really quickly, but this is one of the new things as well.
Okay.
But before we talk about what we're about to see, Prosperity as well. It's a new home camp. And there you can upgrade weapons, vehicles, upgrade guns for hire. You can level up the stations, which get you better guns, access to better guns, vehicles, gear. It starts off as like an empty shell, and then you paint, like, as you build it up, the walls get painted, vegetation regrows and stuff like that. So it's really cool.
Okay.
This is another new thing. This is called Expeditions, Dean.
Uh-huh.
This is where you jump in a helicopter with Roger Cadore, and it's called the Big Potato Helicopter. And then you go to various locations, not in Hope County.
Oh, so outside around the world.
So this one, I think this is the HMS Macabre. It says the top left. I think this is Miami.
Wow.
I can't remember. It said it at the beginning.
You went real out.
Yeah, but not just that. You go to different places like the original press release, the information that came out over the last month or so. You go to a Louisiana swamp, which has taken over a fictional theme park. You fight out on a decrepit Navajo bridge in Arizona. Yeah, Alcatraz. I think somebody mentioned Grand Canyon and stuff like that. So these are little missions where you go see Roger. He takes you off on his helicopter. He brings you to these locations. You go and pick up the pickup, and then you escape. So it's good for rewards and shit. And of course, it's as brutal as it's ever been.
Stabbed in the head.
But yeah, like you're seeing a bit when you pick this up. It just descends into a bit of madness. There's a lot of people around. It gets quite chaotic, especially when you get. I don't know what them two are doing. Just having a scrap, and then nice. It gets a little chaotic when you're trying to escape. So you go in, you pick up the package, and you extract it, and then you extract. But you don't just extract, like you go out on the back of a helicopter shooting shit up as well. It's a little bit like a crazy James Bond scene.
Like
in terms of like,
he's just looking the wrong way.
Yes, mate. He expected you to be upstairs, even though there was an
big explosion.
downstairs.
Yeah.
But package GPS activated. Like, assume that means that people will just start kind of chasing you down, and there you go. Like, you got to hold out until the helicopter arrives. It's a little bit like almost like wave-based stuff, but like they're just crazy, mate. They're just coming like some mighty fine shooting. In the B-roll.
Like, is that an explosive barrel? Why isn't he blown out?
It is. Save it, mate. Save it for when more people are there.
He's still going.
Yeah, mate. You just leave him. Now blow it up.
Yeah, good shot.
Two for one. So there's quite a few new things, like in terms of the light RPG stuff, Prosperity, this Expeditions. Like, let's see, you used him as bait, mate.
That was good thinking.
Prosperity sounds like really cool. I like that. I just not long ago finished Ashen, and Ashen had the cool, as you do a load of missions, you develop your camp, and I think that's a really cool touch. It grounds people. It gives them something to kind of focus on. It's like it's your visual indicator of your progression. If you start in a rickety camp, and then look, that car. It's as if it's been specifically put there, though, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, the camp
Fury
stuff,
roading it.
You get a visual representation of your progress. You start with nothing. You build the camp up. You feel like a badass.
That poor car.
And that was really cool.
What? Is he falling or is he parachuting?
It was like wingsuiting into a parachute.
Oh, okay.
Of all the ways to escape, I think that's kind of the funkiest.
That was a good way.
Dean, but that is Far Cry New Dawn. It is out on the 20th. Oh, no, it's not. It's out on the 15th of February with everything else in the fucking world. It's a vibrant, standalone Far Cry experience with explosions and RPG mechanics and just like chaos.
More Mad Max kind of stuff.
Yeah. Well, I guess it makes sense, right?
Yeah.
It's post-apocalyptic. We'll probably meet Max. We know Herc returns. You never know. But yeah, that is a Far Cry New Dawn out 15th of February, folks. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Cheers, folks. Bye.
Bye.
Let's get the hell out of here. like straight out of an action movie. Bullets flying, explosions, a daring escape by a sexy pilot. Okay, let's do that again.